Hey, Chuck, how you doing? Yeah, we had a pretty good, uh, pretty good group chat earlier today. I thought.
For people.
Yeah. Um, you ever heard of Andrew Wilson?
Hmm. Uh,
He could pass.
President.
He could pass for my brother Caleb Burrow. If my brother Caleb Burrow and him was still alive, or
Mhm.
fuck, he could pass for my brother.
Damn.
Traumatized just by the sight of him. But he runs his own little talk show, right?
Hmm.
And he stands for the alpha male perspective.
All right. Is that the guy you get a lot of his feed?
I play some of his stuff. Uh,
He's one of my favorite ones. Yeah, you picked a good one there.
Abortion, is it murder? If it's birth control, if it's birth control, is it murder? If it's murder, is it birth control? Abortion is health care. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Aborting, murdering babies, killing them. Because some people think that abortion is murder, but extreme feminists, abortion is health care. I think abortion is being used as birth control, like a condom or contraceptive, a birth control pill. Just gives women the excuse to be promiscuous. Like the baby daddy, abort the kid, find another baby daddy, pop out a baby with that one, abort that one, on to the next one. Part of that hookup culture.
What these women put these kids through when they're growing up with these different men in their life is just it blows my mind. How many kids are with Tom, Dick, or Harry for 3, 6 months out of the year, calling him dad. Then before you know it, he's doing this dad. What I mean? He don't know shit, man. They're
No.
so misguided.
Yep. Exactly. 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 Do you
And
have
these
daughters?
women, man,
Do you have
they
daughters?
normalize that.
Do you personally have daughters or just a son?
Yeah, I got two sons and a daughter.
How old's your daughter?
She's 21. CJ's 23, and then there's one that's 17.
Well, ask your daughters how they feel about abortion before you tell her anything, right? What's your thoughts on abortion? Do you think it's health care? Do you think it's birth control? Do you think it allows for women to not be morally accountable to anyone or anything? Right? Then ask them the financial question. How much money do you get paid for aborting your child? How much money does the abortion clinic make off the fetus selling it to the pharmaceutical industry?
Yeah, that's unreal. I try to instill it in my kids' mind, like if she gets pregnant, you better find a way to keep it because you're having it.
I think just abortion in general prevents women from being responsible for themselves or their actions.
I can't say anything different. That's exactly how I believe.
How come my mother didn't have to pay child support when she threw her children in the trash? How come my mother didn't wind up in prison for abandoning her children? That's a great question, right?
Great question.
How come women don't go to prison for failing to pay child support when they abandon their children? Just a man thing? Or is it only men? Men are the only ones that abandon their children? No, women do it all the time.
And then they'll go around demonizing us and, turning everyone against the man.
Right. It's amazing. It's all byproduct of hookup culture. Want to hook up and discuss culture? People don't have culture. They think MTV and VH1 is culture today. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, so aborted fetuses are worth $50,000 to the pharmaceutical industry. Corporations incentivize abortion. I wonder why. Is that because they're involved in pharmaceutical corporations as well? Maybe they got sticky fingers and they're in multiple places. Oh, earlier stream didn't get any feedback. Like, where's the women at? You went mute. They were hard of hearing. So my reality is a result of my vocabulary. Is that correct? I didn't see anyone trying to correct it. Did you, Chuck?
No, I didn't.
They sat
Cricket
silently
silent.
when they watched it happen. They didn't say anything. So didn't that make them complicit, complacent, and accomplice?
Yeah, I don't know why all of them is standing up, defending what they're doing. Make it make sense.
Right. Make it make sense. During the live stream earlier today, so a lot of women have a tendency of marrying men that they think are going to die so they can receive military benefits off the man, free housing, free food stamps, free stuff, right? First marriage, hurry up and die, man. So I go on to the next one, look for a stepdaddy up. It's amazing, you know? Military personnel live on welfare benefits and food stamps. You pay them well? No, you don't. You pay them survival benefits.
I seen this one, Matt, on social media about a week ago. Her husband died. He was in the Marines or the service, like you're talking about. You know what type of money she gets back if he dies,
Right,
and a check every month. She's on social media trying to rake up $70 for a dryer.
right.
Just can't never enough, is there?
Wow, it's amazing. You notice how that the welfare system was designed to push men out of their homes so that the government can become the father to the children because of the mother taking welfare benefits, because of
Yeah.
socialism, feminism, communism, Marxism. Let's capitalize off of silent people. Let's rape them. Hey, rape is socially acceptable today, especially if it's little boys. When it's little girls, it's a problem. When it's little boys, who gives a shit? It's amazing.
Yes, it is. I
I
don't see
watched
how they can wake
this.
up and look at themselves in the mornings.
This is Andrew Wilson versus Rachel Wilson. Rachel Wilson is a feminist. I watched about an hour and a half of this interview already. They went at it for about 4 hours. He just fucking annihilated her. She couldn't give a straight answer or anything up to this point. I've already watched an hour and a half of it. Just minutes out of it. This guy looks just like my brother Caleb. What the hell? Sounds like me too a little bit.
Uma sorte information.
Trust down and spend his money. Isn't that great? She wants to dictate terms to him on how to manage the money that comes in and out of his business. Even though it's his and not hers, she wants to sit there and tell him how to manage his money. Sounds like something government wants to do. Amazing.
I don't care. I don't really care.
Straight women or homosexual women? Straight men or homosexual men? I mean, seems to me like mostly we have angry females that are lesbian in their tendencies with a dash of homosexual men in the education system. Said an angry, straight, heterosexual. Wow, let's confuse everyone. They can't. And I don't know about you, Chuck, but are you aware that a lot of these corporations actually get tax incentives to hire females rather than males, which automatically creates an imbalance? They're incentivized to hire women, even though the men are more qualified for the job. Amazing.
Because I don't.
advise her to do that?
I think that We
What's your takeaway on what she's saying to you, Rose?
I'm laughing. I'm just listening and yeah.
When she looks at me, I'm an essay waiting to happen, a rapist and a criminal, and she'd rather interact with a bear.
Yeah,
Isn't that amazing?
it's amazing.
She's gonna operate under the assumption that I'm gonna essay her, rape her, sexually assault her, catcall her, harass her, victimize her. She's already made that decision before crossing the street.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Now, why would I want to give her any of my tax money? My money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What about the inaccuracy of domestic violence in America, specifically prosecutorial rates, the prosecution of men versus women when it comes to domestic violence? The lack of prosecution on women actually caused there to be this political debacle that men are more violent than women. But in reality, women are more likely to be let off with a warning without therapy, without counseling, without probation or jail time or even any sort of fine. And that creates an imbalance in the appearance that men are more violent than women. Isn't that interesting?
Hmm.
How many women cry rape all the time, make false essay cases against men, and they want to go to prison over it, and then later on it found out that this woman cried rape, and she didn't get what she wanted out of the man, so she got him locked up by crying rape.
White women.
Oh, somebody
That is a
do that,
fact.
huh?
That has happened. You
She doesn't want to believe that black men are assaulting white women. It's amazing.
So it's hard to activate because it shows.
How we doing? He's eating her for lunch. Lunch! If you can't stand and defend your position on a point, position on point, POP, pop, principle on principles, pop. If you can't stand and defend what you believe in against accusation, then think about this. You might need medication. You might be mentally diseased. You might not actually be able to cope with or deal with reality. You might be the next victim of the pharmaceutical industry. How's your feelings now? This woman would have you think that abortion is health care. No, it's not being used as birth control, not allowing for women to be promiscuous. You're less promiscuous if you abort your children than have them. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, the ethics of this woman is absolutely mind boggling. Chuck, if she was standing on one side of the road and I'm on the other side and I'm about to cross, she'd go in the opposite direction because the sight of me scares the shit out of her. She thinks I'm going to essay her, sexually assault her. She'd rather deal with a bear than me because I'm a rapist in progress. And she's the victim.
What the fuck?
How am I
That's a
doing?
false, that's a
What?
false report.
They'd rather engage with a bear and deal with me because I might SA them. But the bear's going to eat them for lunch. Hello?
I can hear it right now. Victim is down and struggling.
Hoe down. The hoe down.
And we go down by women.
Chuck,
Yes.
Maine is ran by angry white females that hate themselves and their own race, which is why they condone immoral behavior of black men.
I was just thinking, you know how stupid she sounded? She kind of admitted what she just said and, was trying to pass off what she believed.
You, and by proxy, her own race, which is why she encourages white women to fuck black men. And
Yeah.
she's also in the process of doing what? Defending them. She's defending black men right now, right? She'll defend black men before she'll defend her own race.
Yeah. Disgusting, man.
By definition, what is a godless state, Chuck? Do you know what it is? What is a godless state? It's a great question. Probably didn't even know. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's an
No, I didn't.
apartheid state is a godless state.
A part-time state.
Apartheid.
Apartheid. Oh, blah, blah, blah. All right, I get it.
These countries don't actually believe in God. They're atheists in their views, and they're more concerned with vampirism, eating off their young children.
It does. You know, everything seems to come back on the kids.
It's all about how you treat the children. In a
Mhm.
godless society, you're an apartheid state where you're feeding off your own young.
Yeah. I
You know, and they'll
I'm the youth pastor right now, Chucky Chuck, talking to the children, the children, the children. How you doing, little boys, little girls? Got questions for you, boys and girls. You want to get raped by your youth pastors, your teachers, your preachers, or your priests? Wonder how the mamas and the papas feel about those questions. Hello? Where's the predator in the room? Right here. Hi. Hi. Right here. Who's the predator? Me. Me. Ooh, ooh, me. Me.
Yeah, these are questions everyone should be asking.
If you don't have a response, then I'm pretty sure you pray. Predator pray, PP. Preachers, priests, pedophiles, prodigy, children. How you feeling? Mama, Papa, what's up? You want to join a union with me? Want to dance? Want to fight? Oh no, the hoe might have gone down. Hoe down. The hoe is down. He just smacked that hoe. This whole stream, I noticed that every time he asked her something, she would go to something else.
Yeah, he grows her. Yeah, I like him, man.
All right, he's a bulldog. He's on the shit just like I am.
You know, and that white lady won't defend her own race, and I would feel just as happy if a black woman would stand up and say, you know, I'm going to go for my people first too. That should be normal, I think, shouldn't it? What do you think on that?
That's wild. It seems to me that women on welfare benefits prefer the opposite race. You know, they got a couple kids, and then all of a sudden they want some white chocolate, right, Black Mama? You just step daddy up. You got a couple welfare checks coming in. You got free housing. You got Section 8 food stamps. You set. What do you need a man for? A service animal? A pet to walk on a leash? Can you see it, Chuck? She needs a man to paint her toes. She's a gay shopping friend, you know. She's a gay man to go shopping. What's she need a man for? Government's the man in her life. She divorced the man, married the government.
Government prostitutes, you know.
Welfare hookers, right? Language around welfare hookers has really changed since I came around. Who's a welfare hooker? Anybody that sees welfare benefits for survival benefits, food stamps, subsidized housing, Section 8 free housing, even mainstream media outlets like New York Times, Boston Globe, Bangor Daily. These things are supported by your tax dollars. That's a welfare benefit. They
Mhm.
can sustain themselves. They're not selling enough copy. No one even reads today.
Yeah, that's that's something right there. You just said.
Wrong. Worker shortage rates and birth crisis rates is a result of women encouraging women to be promiscuous and import their children, which causes workforce shortages. Imagine that. Remember, abortion is health care. Workforce shortages, that's a result of abortion. Huh? How am I doing, Chad?
It's crazy how that is. You're doing great.
I hear you out. Hey, you stupid fucking people. Children are natural resources to a country, and you're choosing to abort them over properly caring for them. It's amazing. It's cheaper to abort children to make sure they were raised upright. That's to me pretty morally and ethically fucked. It's cheaper to abort children than to make sure that they were raised right.
Baby killers is horrible, man.
Man, we have less resources because we don't replant. Cut down a tree, we don't plant a new one. No, we just what do we do? We're not managing the resources correctly. I bet she don't know how to plant a seed in the ground. Planting trees would actually confuse her. Right? It's a crazy notion to cut a tree down and then plant another one right behind it.
Mhm.
So that your land's always growing trees, reproducing and reusing the same source of land over and over, not tearing up the whole thing. Renewable resources. They want you to think that resources are scarce and limited, but in reality, we could regrow everything. We just choose not to because we're dumb, fat, fucking lazy. We want freebies and free handouts, and that's all she wants is you to kowtow to her fucking educated asshole. No, when women are in charge, it's the end of everything. It's amazing. Every time women get in control, they fuck everything up. It's wild. Evidence is the problem. Oh. don't actually make anything, Chuck. That's wrong right there. Think about it. Go to Walmart, it's all made in China. Family Dollar, Dollar Tree,
Uh,
China, China, China. Cell phones, televisions, China. Man, cars.
yeah,
Our cars are not even made in America. Hello. Trump's hats are made in China. We don't make anything. What America is great at and the best at in the world at is lying to the consumer.
yeah. We're good at that.
We call it propaganda today.
And you hardly ever see something that was just solely made here. You know,
You know what I'm doing? I'm pitching you an angle right now, man. Propositioning you. Sounds like prostitution. Like the proposition, most people are suffering from prostitution. Some might call it corporate whorism. If you sell your time to another person and they're getting wealthier than you are in the equation, that's called prostitution. Exchanging your time for another man's money, goods, or services. That's prostitution. We're all doing it. Has nothing to do with sex. Think about it. Political pimps, politicians. How are you not corporate prostitutes? Shout outs. Sit silent. You already sold out. Who'd you shout out? Your own asshole. Sold yourself short. Now you're looking for change. And it's in my bucket. Do you know why she's you know why he's calling her Charlie? He was in the military. Her name's not her name's not Charlie. Her name's actually Kelly. Charlie is a term when you're talking about the enemy. So you see, this guy was in the military, and it really it blows my mind because I was sitting here like, Caleb would have known all of this stuff, known all of it.
right.
And this motherfucker looks just like my goddamn brother. And then I'm wondering if my brother maybe got a job in the CIA or something. And the fuck, man.
I heard that.
Holy fuck, right?
She can't plant a seed. Yeah.
Pause didn't say exactly the same thing.
Uh,
I haven't watched this all the way through yet. This is all fresh for me too.
that was great. I picked up right on that.
I already said she didn't know how to fucking plant a seed in the ground. And you affirmed it. Oh, stop there, right? She's talked about oil. See, she's under a spell, Chucky Chuck. She thinks that fossil fuels come from dinosaurs. That's part of that westernized education, right? Fossil fuels, oil. Fossil fuels come from dinosaur bones. Instead, rather think about the earth being a living being or a thing and realize that we're extracting its life force energy or blood. We're putting
Yeah.
the blood in our cars and trucks. But it replenishes itself, but it's not something that's rare or scarce. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The idea that oil came from fossils, was to institute the idea that oil was some sort of scarce and rare resource. That was the number one thing she pointed out. That's why I had to pause. Right? He's living a lie. Let me bust that fucking fool. Fear mongering. Right. We would reinvest in our farmers. We would encourage community gardens and reinvestments in local infrastructure. We wouldn't outsource anything. That's actually one of the ideas I've been standing on for a long time. Why did we outsource mass production to China? American women don't know how to make a COVID mask. They don't know how to stitch, can't sew, can't create or make anything. Kind of crazy. Let's keep going. Damn, I'm loving life. You fucking hate me. Good. Oh. God, you can tell this woman is stupid. You age cheese just like wine, right? The older the wine, the better the wine, right, Chuck?
Right.
The older the cheese, the better the cheese. You age the cheese. When you age something, you know what you're doing? Listen to the language. You're curing it.
Mhm.
So they cried about the overproduction of cheese and they put it in a cave because they didn't sell it all. Yeah, but you realize as it ages, it goes up in value. That aged Cracker Barrel cheese costs way more than the other stuff. Why is that? Because it's older, it's more pungent, sharper, sharper because it's older, it's aged better, tastes better too, right, Chuck? God, you
Right.
love sharp cheddar cheese. Thank you for your reading. So fucking stupid.
Okay.
You know what they're subsidized to do, Chuck? Leave their fucking land barren. What does that mean? That means don't do anything. That means leave the fucking land barren. Don't plant any seeds. That's what they're subsidized to do. Leave the land barren. So farmers are incentivized not to grow food. They're all subsidized, yeah, but listen to what I just said. Neither one of them are going to talk about what I just said either. Think about it. Think about the morals and ethics and principles of that as a business owner, as the overseer of a country. We're paying the farmers to sit on their ass and do nothing.
Yeah, but
Leave the land barren. We incentivize them not to grow food, which is totally the wrong attitude.
yeah, but let's extraordinary this out.
Their farmers are supplying food to the local nursing homes, the local schools, the local prisons, the local farmers, supplying the food chain to their local community. Where did your salad come from? It came from Bobby's daddy's farm down the road. It didn't come from China. Where did the food come from? China or America? You know, like 2% of people in this country actually grow food for a living. It's not a noble profession like prostitution. Those dumb dirt farmers, they don't know anything. I got a better idea for the people who are listening to this particular stream right now. Pretend you're your own scientist right now and you're forced to recognize that no one listens in the same manner, no one has the same ears or hears in the same fashion, no one translates or transitions like in the same manner. Information is like. Some people receive this in a neutral or positive, negative fashion, three ways, three choices, option A, option B, option C, three. When we start recognizing biometrics, we realize certain scientific facts. No one has the same fingerprints, logical observation. No one sounds the same. We have voice recognition technology that affirms the very facts that come out of our fucking mouth. You may not like them, but I don't care. Feel free to express yourself in a positive, negative, or neutral fashion. Three ways to Sunday. And I bet I know which way you're reacting as soon as you open your mouth. There's science, because there's only three ways to react to them. How do you feel right now? Positive, negative, or neutral? I'm under the assumption that 96% of people are angry with me. I don't believe in this thing called outsourcing. Outsourcing caused deindustrialization. Write that down, Chuck. 2 words, side by side. Wow. Cause and effect. By outsourcing jobs to other countries, you cause your country to fall into depression, recession, and now we're deindustrialization. We don't make anything. We sell Chinese
Right.
products.
We're outsourcing our resources.
Right. And so what does China do? China was a genius. China outsourced its natural resource, which was human labor, sent it to America. And every one of those Chinese people that come to America, they set up little shops. And they're owned by China. And the inventory for those shops is coming from China. And those Chinese people are going to pay homage to China. Where's their money going? China. So that creates a financial tie between these communists that come to America and set up a shop. And of course, China is going to finance them and back them and help them establish those shops. You got the backing of a nation behind you.
Hmm.
And it just allows for China to mass distribute more slave labor, cheap, cheap products. They never own the things that they buy here. They lease them. And by leasing land or property or taking up occupancy in enemy territory and inflating the real estate market, that's genius. It's fucking genius. This creates a real estate market bubble. And when it pops, we're all going to feel it badly, especially if you own a house right now. Remember what I said about free housing and public assistance? What did that do? Artificially stimulated the real estate market. What do these Chinese communists do when they came to America and started buying real estate? They didn't really buy it, they leased it for a long period of time for an exceptionally large amount of money. It's hard to say no to the money, Chuck, when they're overpaying deliberately to drive up the real estate market to increase this bubble. And when everybody pulls out because the freebies are gone, it's going to cause the market to collapse. Took away the free housing. These people can't afford their rent. Now they got to vacate. Who's going to take up occupancy? Nobody. Nobody can afford the rent. This creates the crash in the real estate market that I told you about.
Yeah, it's already hard for people right now. I mean, you can't hardly nothing around here like 1,200, 13.
The average rent in America is $1,800 a month.
Yeah, that's like the minimum it takes to find
The
something.
average. And the average Social Security recipient's making 12.
Yeah, right.
How do you afford to eat?
Uh,
You can't even
I
afford
told
to eat.
My mother was a RN, man, and she gets around like 14 something a month. That ain't maybe it's more. It's not. Yeah, I think she took early retirement. It's like maybe close to 14 something. But yeah, that's without help, she fucking. It's only going to get worse for everyone.
Right. And Democrats, the first thing they're typically going to want to do is, oh my God, we need to borrow more money to fix the situation. But every time you borrow money, it causes the money to be worth less. You're printing more money, and the more money in the marketplace, the less it's worth. Rarity drives the marketplace. Scarcity drives the marketplace. Quality drives the marketplace, not quantity. The rarer something is, the more it is worth. Quality. Do you like Brahmin work boots? No, of course not. You've been a workman for fucking how your life. You don't buy cheap work boots, do you? You care
No.
about your feet. Gotta take care of your feet. So you gotta buy a pair of Red Wing boots, and they're what, $500? They got a lifetime warranty. It's a pretty important, simple thing for a working man. If you buy a pair of boots every year and you do that for 40 years, every year you buy a $25 pair of boots. If you thought you were saving money, you do the math. Taxes, it's about $40 for that pair of Brahmins, and you're buying 20, 30 pair of them in your lifetime. You spend $1,200, which is twice what a pair of quality boots would cost you. And the company you're working for will typically upfront the money for your work boots. And it's just a payroll deduction. I would do that right away. Save yourself a lot of money.
Yeah. You just helped a man get work boots the other day, or I remember.
Right. But it's all in what you're paying for. People think they're saving money by buying cheap shit. Okay. Buy those cheap boots. I'll buy the expensive boots. Let's see who comes out better financially. And talk to my feet about it too. My feet will have a story and yours will too. Who's gonna have a better life? Your feet or mine? Whose boots you want to walk in? And the thing about Red Wing boots is they'll replace the stitches, the sole, anything goes wrong, lifetime replacement. That's why the fee. You get what you fucking pay for. And this woman's education is getting shot to shit by him and me. And everybody's education, apparently, in my perspective, is getting shot to shit for $1. Come back at me, y'all.
Sounds right to me.
Right? Right to hire, fire whoever you want without fear of repercussions or sexual assault allegations, false rape claims. No wonder why men don't want to hire women, right? Wow.
Like me.
That's right. That's right. We live in a diverse nation because it was forced on us through the democratic policies and mass immigration reform policies that came from the church. A lot of people want to come to America because we're not dropping bombs on ourselves. We're dropping bombs everywhere else. Right? How many countries are being bombed right now? By us or by our bombs that we built using our moms to drop sons, bombs on other moms' sons, right? I made a big joke one day about how the Moab was built by a mom and it's the mother of all bombs. That's what the Moab bomb stands for. It's brought to you by the Moabites. That's just an assumption of mine.
So,
I like it, boy.
I mean, are they? Holy shit.
Come on, Charlie.
Come on, Charlie. Bite my finger.
Well, he's not to have it.
Oh, Daddy! How about me? How about me, Chucky Chuck? He's
Okay.
witnessed the worst case of gaslighting in his life. That's what he's witnessing. And I know what you're witnessing. I'm going to tell you what you're witnessing right now. The best case of gaslighting ever. Who suffered a chemical imbalance? Not me. Not me. Who's seeking a sponsor? Not me. Not me. Welcome to Amateur AA Hour. I'll be your host, spinning you with the news. It's hanging around your neck, and oh my God, you didn't even know it, right, Charlie? Charlie, want to bite my finger? How Charlie feeling now?
Yeah, let's have a go over Charlie.
I wonder how Charlie's doing. Charlie, you want to bite my finger? I'm pointing at you, Charlie. Did you know that silence makes you my enemy, Charlie? And Charlie's just another name for the enemy. How you doing, Charlie? Want to bite my finger yet? What you doing, Matthew? Raising Cain? Causing shenanigans? I solemnly swear I'm up to no good in the hood. And I secretly know that only in the hood do the voodoo as well as they do. There ain't nobody in the world that can do the hoodoo and the voodoo like I do. Did you know that voodoo is black magic and black magic is English? English is witchcraft, witchcraft, English, black magic, voodoo. I'm doing some fucking voodoo on you right now. Pow, pow. Just put a fucking spell on you. It's my word spells versus your word spells, Charlie. How you doing now? Me. Colonize your brain.
Come on, bro. He had one.
What makes her think that feminism in itself is accurate in any way? Let's go back to my theology, Chuck.
Right.
Rule number one. Truth, truth is homeless.
Right.
How do you take that news? Truth is homeless. It is without institution or shelter. Truth doesn't have an institution backing it. Truth doesn't have a shelter, doesn't have its own house. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Mm-hmm.
So truth is technically homeless.
Right.
Okay. And remember, this is a Christian. You gotta also remember we're in a Christian nation, so you gotta see the paradox here. And I love this guy, but I got my own attitude about some of this stuff. But I'm gonna say some stuff right now that'll go right with this very well. This will mix up between Andrew and myself, which is beautiful, right? He doesn't know I'm doing this, but I'm doing it because I want to, and I bet you learn a lot during this little bit. He's a fucking smart guy. I'm a smart guy. You haven't seen me correct him one time. Her, I've corrected several times. So truth is homeless.
Right.
Old homeless people.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right?
Mhm.
So truth is homeless, and up next is homeless people. And so we must be at war with truth and homeless people. Right? We're at war with those two issues.
Right.
What about um, war on the family, freedom of speech? I'm under the assumption that freedom fighters fight against freedom and social justice warriors prevent it from happening. That confuses people. So they're really confused by me. Isn't that fair to say?
Mhm.
They're under the assumption, like an ass between you and me. You should never assume anything. And when you do, you make an ass out of you and me. You assume the position. Can you imagine how many people assume the position that I was a dumb, illiterate, sexist, racist nigger? I'm an essay rapist waiting to assault you sexually. Like, wow, I'm a criminal. But hey, did you know that truth is a felony? Speaking it is a crime. Witnessing and saying nothing makes you complicit to the crime you witnessed. Silence makes you fucking guilty. What an interesting idea, right? Silence makes you guilty. You saw the crime, you heard the crime in progress, say nothing, do anything. You witnessed a felony by sitting silent. You aided and abetted the crime. Now you're an accomplice. Are you with me there, Charlie? What happens when you tag 1,000 people and speak truthfully and commit a felony, and they all witnessed it, and they all chose to sit silent to the crime? What's that all about? Why do they choose to sit silent to the felony? All right, let's go back to that picture I was telling you about the other day. 4 monkeys. I see the picture, and I told you about the picture I was seeing. So I'm first class because I see things first class. You see things when I tell you about them. You see it because I told you about it. See when shown. That's second class. Society split 3 ways, and the other classes they don't want to see. They don't want to put on the glasses. They don't want to compare notes with me. Is that adding up, Charlie? So truth is homeless, and social justice doesn't actually happen. We prevent it. Freedom fighters fight against your freedom. Political pimps, propagandists, and lobbyists are all pitchmen, politicians to strip you of your rights. COVID propaganda was about bypassing and circumventing, going around the Constitution to establish a new world order. You think they fucking care about your freedom, Charlie?
No, they fucking don't.
That was so short and sweet, wasn't it? Think I'm here to confuse you? I told you what they did. I gave you a different look on how they're operating. Let's cause some fear. Call it COVID. They'll give us an excuse and justification for bypassing the Constitution and your rights. Let's all mask up and keep our fucking mouths shut. What are you going to do? Speak against me? Say no? I want to see you say no. It's science, Charlie. They don't want to bite my finger. They want to suck on it. It's amazing. Boom. And by the way, when you are birthed or born in America, your birth is registered with the registry to register. Notice the spelling on the register, Registator. It's spelled kind of funny, you know what I mean? The register, right? Your birth is registered with the register, which is the crown star of England. So, how's America separate from England? It's colonized by England, conquered by England. And I'm pretty sure it's still controlled by England. Right? So your births registered as a deed or property to the crown star of England. Human beings are commodities. Commodities are controlled by people involved in commerce, trading by sea, commerce, commercial enterprise, commercial truck drivers, commercialized everything is what they did. Try to convince you that you're a commercial entity. You're a living man. Change the language. If there's no contract, then there's no consent. And right now you're operating under contract law. Right? Contract law is also closely associated with trust law. Who do you trust more? Yourself or government God? What a great idea, right? Oh, oh, and the Hun, right? What about the Hun being closely related to Native Americans? Huh? That's Chinese people. Chinese people look like Native Americans because they were the pre-colonial colonizers. Go me, right? Right, Chucky? Go me!
So
Chuck, I got pause. Chuck, she hates herself. White man's bad because she hates her own race. She hates herself.
Right.
Hate yourselves. Love your masters. She'd rather have a black baby than a white baby.
Blows my mind. Where did we get to that? This point.
Right? Let's keep going. I gotta listen because I'm mind blown myself, right? I just want to clear the air. Does that make sense? Are you hearing that in her? Like, she hates herself, she hates her daddy, she I'd rather have a black baby than a white one.
Yeah, that's
Don't even make sense to me.
pause it right here, Chuck. I'm gonna put in a music break, right?
Right.
Something that I made 4 fucking years ago. We call it CRT, critical race theory. Me and Grace put this together 4 years ago because I'm woke. I'm stupid. Ah!
You and Grace are well ahead of yourself on these videos. There
What do
it
you think of
is.
that so far, huh?
The four monkeys.
Right. What you're witnessing, Chuck, is the fourth monkey in action. And we're dealing with three classes of people, some that are deaf, some that are blind, and some that are fucking mute. It's amazing. 1/3 are blind, they don't want to see anything, and 1/3 are deaf, they can't hear anything that you're saying to them, and 1/3's fucking mute, and they don't want to hear any of it. Wow! Somehow it's a conspiracy, Chucky Chuck.
You said it. They're dumb and deaf, mute.
And I'm sure they're gonna do what? Share the news, share the gospel, testify to my accord, my gospel. They want to forever deny anything that comes out of my mouth. It's so wild. Where's the affirmative
There it
action
is.
workers at? So positive or negative right now? Oh! Are you feeling oppressed by the press? Feel like I'm pressing you? I feel depressed because I oppressed you with the press. I might be a press agent, an amateur spinning you with my gospel, my ghost spells, my word spells confuse you. Assumptions I make because I'm a wild ass, right? And I assume a lot of shit. Run around operating under assumptions. It's a good idea, isn't it? I'll assume shit until someone says otherwise. Like, fucking wow. What if I assume the position that they're going to sit silent with my boot up their ass? Am I allowed to assume that position? Are you going to shove your ass up in the air so I can put my boot up it? Assume position? My position versus your position? PowerPoint? All I got to do is point. Maybe that's the point. Finger. You want to chew on my finger, Chowie? You want to bite me? Want to eat me, asshole? Did you notice silence makes you my fucking enemy? How the hell did that help my family? Come on, Chowie. Dance for me. See what I did there, Chuck and Chuck? They gotta dance. They don't have a choice. They're bipolar. Dance in a positive or a negative fashion because they're red or blue fascists. And if they don't have anything to say for themselves, Chuck, then they may as well be riding up or down the barber pole, chasing after candy canes. You feel their fucking fish hook yet? The candy cane just fucking went up your asshole and you're riding on the hook and the crook of it. You know what I mean? You see it? Raising cane, causing no good at all to occur at all, none, zero. Shit's fucking wild. This might be another one of them TKO type things, you know? Stand in the ring and just BAM! Right? Go back over here. We're too far away. This is pretty good. He's just tearing her apart. One, I'm hungry, mommy. Feed me. Feed me, mommy.
race and gender. It's like
Oh, shit. Chuck, you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
those policies are designed to be anti-white man. The white man is bad. The white man is guilty, or the patsy, the fall guy, the guilty party for black nobility. Who wants to talk about the first black slaver? First slave trader was a black man. The first one to sell out their own kind was a black man. Let's talk about black on black crime versus white on white crime. Wild, right? Because black people will sell out their own.
Yep, you're right. Just no one wants to, speak upon it.
Anthony Johnson, first slave owner in the colonies, was a black man. The first legal slave owner in America was a black man named Anthony Johnson. Not a white man, a black man. The truth about Irishmen, they were the first slaves brought to the Americas, forgotten by history. Right? So black people enslaved their own race. And they want to blame it on the white man.
Of course.
Just don't even fucking know that.
Deindustrialization causes poverty and hyperinflation. Borrowing money devalues human labor and causes commodities to be more expensive, which induces scarcity. People can barely afford to eat today because of democratic policies and borrowing. And nobody wants to pay their bills, Chuck. It's amazing, right?
Right.
And of course, nobody wants to pay me for my time because I'm a criminal. And obviously, she doesn't know about nation building. Chuck King, Dick King, Rose. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm in the car, so
How do you?
I can keep in the
Is it fair to say that me and Andrew here have decimated this poor feminist attitude about women?
Yeah, sorry. I keep this in
She's got Ivy League. It's very important, Rose. She's got Ivy League education, $250,000 education. I decimated her without education.
Yeah.
You have an education. I have lots of observations. We're also paying attention. And isn't it weird how Brother Andrew here sounds a lot like me and other heterosexual males?
Mhm.
Obviously, she doesn't realize that feminism supports the idea that women can be men. And in the process of being a man, they removed the man from the home. And so now the children are high risk for being raped or assaulted by a family member or somebody in a position of power over them because there's no father in the equation. What do you think about that?
That does happen. I've
And
talked to people
and
that have had
pedophiles
that
and
happen.
predators, we've learned from stats and observations that predators and pedophiles exist in positions of power over children. Positions like a teacher or a preacher or I don't know, a priest. How many priests and how many priests do you think molest children every year? It's
Very high number.
Oh yeah. Is it because they're homosexual?
From what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, they gotta be.
So is it safe to say that pedophilia is a source, the reason why people become homosexual in the first place? They're sodomized or raped as children.
Yeah, that's how I see it. I mean, they were, probably fucked up before, they got to where they're at now.
Yeah. Right. Is it fair to say that he just totally decimated her fucking education?
Oh, yes. I think it's really crazy, man, when they take the man out of the hole.
Say that again.
I think it's really crazy, when they take the man out of the hole.
Right. And then they want to blame the man. They want to blame the man for policies that feminism created in the first place. Right?
Yeah, I think, that starts, all the confusion, transgenders, men running around being feminine, you know. That's just how I see it.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
She will take no accountability for her party's actions or their vote. Ah, remember what I'm always saying? Why are we here, Dick? We're here for the children, right?
Right.
Check here. Put this in right here. Come on, done fuck their shit up. Chuck. TKO! 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 Taking the ring, ding-a-ling. Copy. Ding-a-ding-a-ling. Ring it. Can you hear me? Copy you. You so fucked now, honey. Call me Sky Daddy.
Yeah, I like that guy there, man. You know, talking to her.
Oh, he's tearing her up. It's great,
Oh yeah, I like that,
right?
man.
All
Yeah.
this information is sexist or racist, and you didn't hear it from me. You heard it from some other member of the peanut gallery. I didn't do it. You did it. You did this to me. You bastards.
He destroyed her, man.
And she's got a Harvard degree, man. She's a smart person. Doesn't that scare the fuck out of you?
That was something.
Isn't it wild? I got a ninth degree education, and the state of Maine is under Title IX investigation. I'm observing the law of nine in motion. An observation is a law of cause and effect. They cause and effect because I'm in action, and the only thing you're left with is reacting to me. Do you like my word spells? I don't think anyone really likes them unless they like themselves. If you like yourself, then you're laughing. Right?
Yes.
Now, I look at all the suffering of these good people, and I can't help but laugh in regards to it because it's of their own making. It's amazing. You did it to yourselves with your vote. Hello? I'll wait for a response from the peanut gallery, but I don't actually think I'm going to get one that's going to feed my fucking family.
Crazy.
Right? It is crazy. It's a crazy conspiracy theory. Let's say we're doing a live investigation, and then let's call it the number 9. And what am I doing? I'm dragging 9 around town. Right? Why do you think I call this place the Golden Peanut Club? You like my nuts? Hold them? You want to cup them? You know? Big nuts, they're golden. And big enough pair of balls to say something about all this bullshit. No one else is going to. Pretty sure me and Andrew here decimated communism. It's never going to recover. It's going to sound like a rape victim forever. How you doing, Joey? Oh,
just again, in common.
Smoked her, right? Man.